I would tell my teenage self, don't be a people pleaser. That's what I would tell. I would tell Kashia Sharice, my teenage self, don't be a people pleaser. It's not gonna get you anywhere. Don't be a people pleaser. You may try to please them, but they never gonna be pleased. So stop being a people pleaser. I would have definitely said, don't do it. Set your boundaries. OMG. I would have said, set your boundaries, Kashia Sharice. As a young teenager, set your boundaries now. Set your boundaries in relationships as it relates to men. Set your boundaries. I definitely would have told her that because she didn't have no boundaries. What else would I have told the young teenage self? Confidence, confidence, confidence. Oh, no. Let me start. Put your eyes on the Lord and be obedient and trust God. Because you wouldn't even have to go through all that stuff. I've been through so many experiences. That's why I can speak to it. Y'all, I may not look like what I've been through. I've been through a lot. And I'm able to speak on it because of it. I'm able to relate to a lot of people. What else would I tell my teenage self? Confidence, confidence, confidence. Confidence. Get your confidence up. There was times when I would have confidence and there was times I wouldn't. As a teenager, my confidence was not as confident. I had a mustard seed of faith. Mustard seed that got me through them teenage years. Okay. So that's what I would tell my teenage self. Let's see what else they have. Describe. Oh, I'm gonna write this in here because I'm doing it live, so I'm gonna write it down. Describe what you were like during your teen years. Ooh, my teen years. Ooh, a lot of people from my high school, I had asked them what they described me as, but and I'm gonna take it from their perspective. So a lot of people say you were shy. A lot of people said you were beautiful. I was in love with you. There was quite a few people said that on the opposite sex. Some people say you had a beautiful heart. Some people said they were like, you were so funny. You made me laugh. Some people say you changed my life. I've never met nobody else like you since. Um, I've heard that you're one of a kind. That's when I was a teenager. You're different. You're not like all the other girls. You're quiet. You're not a fighter, even though if I was pushed, I would. I heard, that's what I heard from people as far as how I was as a teenager. For me, as a teenager, I know I was quiet. I was shy, meaning I would talk and get to know you like that, but I wasn't trying to get in nobody's business. I was out the way. I was to myself. I was like this. If you ask anybody in high school, describe Kashia walking down the halls, it would be me with my books. And I was Speedy Gonzalez is what people call me because I would be speeding down the hallway with my books and my head would be down like I knew, like my eyes was right here, but I knew I was going. But it was just like I'd be speeding through the hallways. That's just how it was in high school. Speedy Gonzalez books, and I'm going to college. Going to college. Got to get these grades up. Got to work. I was working. I worked at Jules on 87th and Dan Ryan. Junior year to senior year. I worked those summer jobs. At 14, I started working summer jobs. City of Chicago. I started on Independence and the Dan Ryan in 290. Yep. Cleaning up. That median that goes down. Yeah, on the south side of independence. We would be cleaning up, picking up trash. That was my first job, summer job, when I was 14. Yeah. But I was an entrepreneur much younger than that because, my parents were entrepreneurs. So we would be out there at the Taste of Chicago, selling things. So I've been working. But as a teenager, I was very not transparent. I was very not speaking my truth. I was very not I wasn't popular. I wasn't popular, but people knew me. That was strange. I wasn't popular, but people knew me, and I really didn't know that they knew me. I would smile, I smiled and stuff like that. I was to myself, my books. I knew people, but I made an impact even though I didn't realize I made an impact. Even when I was shy, even when I was awkward as a teenager, even even though I wouldn't speak about truth as a teenager, even though I was to myself as a teenager, I still end up making an impact in people's lives in high school. It boggles me. It doesn't, but it does. Because to see me now, if I would have been that in high school, OMG, I would have been the most popular. But that was not my goal in high school. My goal was to do them books, get them grades, and go to college. That was my thing. So describe what you would like during your teen years. I did that. Going into college, I took the reins and I was like, I'm getting A's, I'm getting B's in chemistry and math. In math, I went from like hating math in high school and elementary to going to college and being a tutor in math. It was amazing. I was getting A's in math. I was getting A's in chemistry. I got A's in calculus 1 and 2. And my boyfriend at the time was jealous. I was tutoring calculus. I got A's and B's in chemistry, in physics, physiology. Yes, A's. English, social studies, all of it. I even took a public speaking class. I loved it. I was up there. They were like, "Ooh, you sound so good. You're a pro." That was at 19, 20. If my confidence would have been a little bit up. And I always think like, Kashia, if you would have had your confidence and you would have like believed in yourself, like God knew you could have been on. You could have been had all this, but I always have to remind myself there's a reason why. I still had snakes in my garden. I still had snakes. People that's takers in around me. How could he have given me all of that? He been saying I was gonna be a millionaire. How could he have? People already saw it on me too. I had bosses that they were saying I was gonna be a millionaire. I knew it, but he could not give that to me when I had snakes and takers and I was people pleasing. But he knew I would have gave all my riches to them. I would have gave them houses. I used to talk about it. I used to be like, I used to be like, when I become a millionaire, I'm gonna buy houses. I used to have conversations with God. God, I was gonna give it all away. He had to make sure they were gone, and they're gone now. So he's giving. So yeah, it's all about getting to know you. You have to do the work to become a better you. If you're not willing to do the work, you're going to be stagnant and you're going to stay the same person that you are. Because some people die saying, this is who I am. I ain't changing. I am who I am. That's how some people die, saying those words. I ain't changing. I am who I am. You got to love me for me. And they never make changes. Are you that person? Or are you going to make changes? Are you going to grow? Are you going to work on yourself so you can become a better person? What type of person are you? Are you going to complain? There's a lot of complainers out there complaining about their life, and they have breath in their body. They have a means to do better, and they're complaining. Keep complaining. See where that gets you. Nowhere. So, the whole synopsis of this is be a better you. Work on yourself because you can do it. God knows you can do it. Do you know you can do it? Or are you going to give up?